pamoja, ushindi kwa ukombozi wetu. Tujitoe wenyewe, tusimame pamoja, kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote, tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika, chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
Welcome to Humans TV Africa. You are watching live Humans TV Africa, and my name is Katom Mukasa. In the studio is my Kenyan colleague Hussein Baya, who is here to help us produce this show. I am a Ugandan and of course very interested in issues, human rights, issues, development, progress. We are here as a TV to share with you and make a contribution to the development of our continent, our world, and to the betterment of our people. This is Humans TV Africa. We are a registered non-government organization that is operating in several countries, including Uganda, Kenya. We are in Zambia, Zimbabwe. We are in Nigeria and Ghana. We are in Sierra Leone. We are in the UK. And we are in the US. We are growing as an NGO that is interested in issues, media. We are the first one of the kind to go into this kind of venture. Now, join us and be able to subscribe, please. I want to encourage you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and Facebook page is Humans TV Africa. Subscribe to our channel, which is Humans TV Africa. Google us and you'll see us, Humans TV Africa. And please subscribe and be able to see all the best shows we have produced so far. Now, you can write to us. Our email is info@humanstevafrica.com, and our WhatsApp number is right there on the screen. Our spokesperson, Brian Kabeko in Kenya, will be able to respond to you and then be able to appear on set and work with us. Remember, we are looking for interns, we are looking for volunteers, for people who can work with us. We are here for the long haul, for a long stay. Now today is country profile. I'm talking about country profiles. And of course, I'm talking about Uganda. Uganda is my country. It is a very small country, basically the size of England. If you know the size of England, that is Uganda. It's a very small country. But I should tell you, Uganda is the true pearl of Africa. It's a very beautiful country. We have about 45 million people. And majority of our citizens, of our people, are below 35 years. And that is about 75% of our population is below 35 years. Now, we are 45 million people. Now, we can imagine if you have the majority below 35 years, it means that we have a very young population, and very youthful, and of course very active there, which can actually do a lot of good in promoting production in Uganda. But there are challenges, of course. There are many good things about Uganda. There are challenges of unemployment among the youth, whereby our stat shows that at least among the 27 million people of the young people in Uganda, at least uh, at least 18 millions are basically not fully employed. They are into this guy's unemployment, and some of them are basically unemployed. Now, that's the best challenge I should point out. But of course, Uganda is known for its rich history, its rich culture. It's a former British colony. The British ruled us from the 1800s up to 1962, when Uganda got the independence. And from then, we've had nine presidents ruling Uganda. I don't see that it was leadership. It has been basically ruling Uganda. And fit here and there, a bit of dictatorship here and there. We have had a bit of challenges in changing governments, insurgencies, civil wars, and that is it. But today, Uganda is not under civil war, is not under attack. Of course, there are issues of political challenges, issues of bad regimes and bad government there. But all in all, Uganda is progressing in one or another. It is peaceful generally to the outsider. Uganda has 1.5 million people as refugees. I should tell you, Uganda is the highest country with the number of refugees in Africa and possibly in the world. We have over 1,500,000 refugees in Uganda. And Uganda's policy for refugees is the best in the world because we allow everyone to come in and we allow everyone to settle quickly. People get jobs in Uganda quickly, and people get land in Uganda quickly, and people join society, the community very quickly. They go into our schools, they are absorbed into our schools quickly. We give work permits very quickly in Uganda. Uganda is very, very, very hospitable country. Majority of the refugees in Uganda are from Southern Sudan. And we have over 700,000 refugees from Southern Sudan, of course, from Congo, Somalia, and other countries in war. That is Uganda. Very receptive and, of course, very welcoming. Of course, Uganda has minerals, quite a number of minerals, and, of course, Uganda has wealth, including gold, diamonds, copper, and, of course, other agricultural products like coffee, bananas, and others. I'm going to invite my producer today, Hussein Baya, to showcase for us these maps of Uganda and other things very, very fast. Baya, as we go through talking about Uganda, I'll be giving the stats as you show these photos coming through about Uganda. Look at the map of Uganda, and of course, you're going to see Uganda is a very small country, very beautiful country, have the best flag in the world. This is country profiles. We are talking about Uganda today and how progressive this country has been. That is Uganda for you today. Now, this is the map of Uganda, a very beautiful map with black, yellow, red, and of course our crest of the crown. The red is the blood that joins us. The yellow is the sunshine, and the black is the color of our skin. That is Uganda. Now, when you look at this map of Uganda, this one shows you the major towns in Uganda: Nasindi, Gulu, Atiak, Kitgum, Moroto, Rira, Soroti, Kampala, Mubende, Entebbe, Potopoto, Masaka, Mbarara, Mbale, Tororo, Jinja, and others. These are the main areas, points of contacts in Uganda. Of course, we have Southern Sudan there, Kenya, Tanzania, bordering us, Congo, and of course, Rwanda as our neighbors. Now, these are the minerals of Uganda, the best minerals of Uganda: gold, silver, diamonds, copper, limestone, clay, granite, salt, tungsten, and many others. And you see, the map shows you their distribution in the country. Quite very, very impressive right there about Uganda. Now, again, this map shows you the rocks, and how they are distributed in Uganda. These are the rocks that are actually very expensive. You have the granite, the quartzite, the dorotite, the sandstone, the amphibole, granite, genesis, and others. There are quite many rocks. Uganda is a very rich country, I should tell you, with all these minerals. And then we are a country blessed with so many ethnic groupings. We have over 50 ethnic groupings. In this map here, it shows you where these groupings are. In the north, we have the Acholi, the Rugubala, and in the far east, the Karamojong there, the Itasots there, the Langi, and then in the central, we have the Baganda, and of course, in the west, we have the Banyolo, Batolo, Banyankole. These are the main ethnic groups of Uganda. Quite many, but, but, but very rich in culture. You can see who's better in Uganda. The biggest ethnic groupings are the Bantu. The Bantu, of course, are covering that green part there. I belong to the Bantu there. We are the biggest ethnic grouping in Uganda. Of course, they are the Central Sudanic people there. Up in the north, we have the Nilotics, somewhere in the far east, and of course, we have the Kriak somewhere in still in the far east. Now, these are the major ethnic groupings in Uganda. As you can see here, of course, it goes ahead to show you the main cities in Uganda, and of course, how these ethnic groupings map out in Uganda. In the north, they are there, not the Bantu, but the Sudanic ethnic groupings up there in the north. And of course, in the south, the Bantu are there. And of course, the Itasots, the Nilotics, are somewhere in the far east of Uganda. Please, another map, please. And this is Kampala, a good kind of small city. Yeah, but it's coming up very well. It looks good, as you can see in that photo. Kampala, Uganda. Yeah, that is one of the maps of Kampala, photos of Kampala at night, well lit there. And of course, that's Kampala on my right, the tax park right there. This is the developing country, of course. This is the developing country, of course, is having its own challenges of development. But of course, things are coming up slowly and gradually. Now, look at this. This is our culture. We love our culture, and much of our culture is full of traditional dances and the Galia. These are Itasots dancing here, the Baganda, the Banyoro, the Batoro, the Banyankole. You see all these dances. These are specific dances you see on your screen, not one tribe. These are different tribes, but they all dress a little bit differently, and their dances are a little bit different for the rest of the other dances. Very interesting. And of course, remember that our languages are also a bit different. The Banyankole there, you have seen them. The Itasots here, you have seen them. These are all different groupings, all of them having their different way of expressing their culture in songs, in dances, in poetry, and all these other things. These are the Basoga right there. The Basoga in the east at the source of the Nile. Remember, Uganda has the source of the Nile. River Nile starts right from Uganda. It goes up to Egypt, starts from Uganda. So we have that source of the Nile. And of course, we have Lake Victoria, the longest lake, of course, in Africa. And of course, we have very beautiful villages. We have the most fertile land, I think, in the world, because in Uganda, whatever you plant will come back and give you some food. That is Uganda, that is my country, giving you a profile. Our villages are still virgin. Of course, we used to have tombs, call them pyramids, where our kings would be buried, and one of them looks like that one there in Kasubi, Uganda. These are cows. We have the long-horned cows in Uganda, in Rwanda, and in some other countries. Long-horned cows are known so much to be in Uganda. These are our cows. These are our areas in the villages. The rural Uganda is full of life, of course. Vegetation is green. The land is still available. And the people are healthy. Contrary to what people say, oh, people are suffering, people are dying. No, it's a lie. There's too much life in our rural areas. These are our Ugandan ladies. They are so proud of their skin tone. They are so proud of their kind of skin color. Some of them are very proud of their body shapes. And of course, you can see some of these Ugandan women when they try to enter beauty pageants. The way they advertise themselves is quite different. They are really Ugandan. Yes, very hospitable people, happy children down there in Uganda. When you go to our villages where we grow up, people are really happy in one or another. The environment is good, nothing to do with winter, snow. No, our environment is the best in the world. Now look at Kabale. Kabale is in Western Uganda. It is Kigezi area where you have these hilly places, very beautiful places where they build houses on these hills. These are the hills of Kabale in Western Uganda. I love Kabale. Kabale has a very beautiful environment there. It doesn't actually sun so much, and it is always in the best temperature you can want to do work in. This is beautiful Uganda. And of course, Uganda is largely an agricultural country where 80% of our people derive their income, their living through farming. That's why unemployment will not hit us so hard, because people basically have their gardens, they can go and dig and have their own food of survival. We teach our children to dig, to do some bit of agriculture, because without food, you cannot survive. So in Uganda, most of us are farmers because we want to have our own food. We have tourist attractions. If you come to Uganda, be sure to go to Queen Elizabeth National Park, Kidepo National Park, Bwindi, Impenetrable Forests. These are national parks in Uganda with all these lions, elephants, rhinos, gorillas, all these. We have, of course, our national airline, the Uganda Airline, quite busy applying routes in Africa. So far, Ugandan Airlines is back in action. And if you want to travel Uganda, yes, you may consider using Uganda Airlines. Now, this is the Karuma Falls. It connects the central Uganda to northern Uganda. You have to pass that falls, the Karuma Falls, and then before you go to northern Uganda. It's quite very impressive there. That is Uganda for you. And Uganda is indeed a tourist destination. It's a place where you can be able to go and visit. We have the gorillas, the chimpanzees, the lions. People come and watch. We have, of course, Mountain Rwenzori, the highest peak in the world, Mountain Rwenzori, right there in Uganda. And of course, we have many tourist destinations. In fact, some of the ways where we earn money as Ugandans is through tourism. Accommodation is earning Ugandans a lot of money. Tourism brings in so much money into the economy. That is Uganda for you. Of course, we have got challenges of security and, of course, challenges of leadership. Here, you can see some of the times you're going to see policemen on the streets, you're going to see the army on the streets. That is the downside of Uganda because of the regime that is ruling the country with an iron fist at the moment. These are the leaders of opposition. You can see Santam Chagwan there. You can see Elias Lukwago, my Obi, right there. You can see Dr. Kiza Besigye. These are the leaders of the opposition as we speak now in Uganda, trying to assert themselves and say we need freedom to have multi-party democracy, which is there in Uganda, but not very functional. Uganda is a multi-party system under the leadership of one man called Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who's being guarded like a pope, as you can see. He walks guarded, moves with a bulletproof car. He has been into power for the last 38 years. How do you talk about that? The man came to power in 1986. That man you see on your screen has been into power since 1986. We haven't known any other president, and somehow that gentleman there has messed up our country. I should say that as I speak today, corruption is too high in Uganda. As I speak today, our national debt is 48% to the GDP. Our national debt is 48% to the national GDP, and our debt is 22 billion US dollars. Our debt today is 22 billion US dollars. In fact, our debt is threatening our survival because money is being borrowed from IMF, World Bank, Chinese, and all that, and then this money is being misused. Thank you so much for being a wonderful evidence. This was Uganda at a glance. Uganda has challenges. Remember the youth unemployment, which is rising. Remember the health sector, which is known to working properly. Remember the roads, which are having challenges there and there. Remember the leadership, which is under one man for 38 years. One man is ruling Uganda for the last 38 years. But regardless of those challenges, Uganda remains relatively a peaceful country. Uganda remains relatively a country where tourists can go and enjoy and have company and have a fun. Remember, Uganda remains the country with the best soils in the world. We have food because of our best soils, fertile soils, therefore can produce good food in Uganda. Remember, despite the challenges, Uganda still has happy people, receptive people. Remember, we have the highest number of refugees in the world, 1,500,000 people as refugees in Uganda, but all getting integrated, getting land, getting education. Uganda is so welcoming, regardless of the challenges we have, because right now we have a dictatorship in Uganda. Like it or not, the government there is not treating people in the best way possible. The government there is highly corrupt. Uganda has never received a corrupt government than that of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. They have been stealing public funds. They have been messing up with people's human rights. They have been imprisoning people, shooting people dead on the streets when they go to demonstrate. People are being shot dead. So there's so much fear, so much intimidation in Uganda, especially for political activists, human rights activists. But if you're going to be quiet, don't talk about politics, simply mind your business. If you can, Uganda can be a very good country for you. That is Uganda for you, good country, small country, 45 million people right there in Uganda. Youth unemployment becoming a challenge here and there, but with the best environment, the best soils, the best tourist destinations, and a very welcoming people. Uganda at a glance. In brief, that is Uganda for you. This is Country Profile, and this is Katom Mukasa, Ugandan, sharing with you these insights. Keep it Humans TV Africa. Remember to write to us at info@humanstvafrica.com, or send us that message on that WhatsApp number. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, which is Humans TV Africa. Thank you so much, Baya, in Kenya, for producing this show about Uganda. See you in the next one.